Hello, I'm Ken Murphy, Managing Director of GP Connections. Fatigue. We've all suffered from it at one stage of our lives. But did you realise that under the Work Health and Safety Act, you as a manager, principal, are responsible for yourself, your staff, employees, contractors, visitors, the public, and your patients as they come into your workplace. You need to make sure that if someone is suffering from fatigue, that they don't injure themselves or cause an injury to someone else. There are various policies and procedures that can be put into place and systems. In the next few minutes, we'll go over a few of those just to help you get through. Thank you.
Employee health and safety in a professional practice is just as important and just as vital as any other business. Training should be completed for all staff to make sure that they've got sufficient training to allow them to carry out their duties in a safe manner. You should have records and keep track of who's received the training and who still needs training in various items and topics that they're undertaking and roles. Staff should also be aware of the disciplinary action that could be taken out if they fail to follow safety policies or procedures. It should be written into their employment contract, and they should be reminded that serious breaches could result in dismissal. Fatigue is a hidden killer, and according to recent research, work performance is more likely to be impaired by moderate fatigue than by the effects of alcohol consumption. It's the responsibility of you as a practice manager or as a principal or as a manager to ensure that the hours are structured to avoid the potential for fatigue. Make sure that staff are having their breaks as and when they should. It's also the responsibility of the employee under their duty of care to arrive in a fit and alert state. So they should be making sure that they avoid fatigue and by getting enough sleep, etc. Some of the common signs of fatigue are feeling cramped or fidgety, yawning, mind wandering, difficulty in problem solving, feeling drowsy or being impatient. Be aware, keep an eye on your staff. Some of the likely effects and the impact on your business and your practice is that staff could take longer than usual to complete a task. They make mistakes, they lose their temper, or could injure themselves, and that's where we start to have some major problems. You need to make sure that you and your staff think through your work plans. Make sure that the manual handling, if there's excessive manual handling, that you don't wear yourself out, pace your work, and where possible use some labour-saving devices or get some help if you're doing lots of lifting of boxes or files. One good way of making sure that you do have your systems in place is undertake a safety audit. It covers everything from the work environment, noise and electrical hazards, but it also involves your instructions and training and supervision within your practice. As a result, you will probably have some, or should have, some risk assessments similar to the slips, trips and falls one on the screen. As always, GP Connections is always willing to help and is able to undertake a safety audit or risk assessments if you need some help and assistance. Thank you for listening.